Hello, dear children. How are you all? Hopefully, you all are happy, healthy, and excited for today's story. So, without delay, let's begin. Long ago, not in fairyland, but in real northern region of China, there stretched a vast desert. Every year, it grew wider. Every year, villages moved back, farms vanished, and people watched helplessly as sand swallowed road, homes, and dreams. The desert was not angry, yet it was powerful. Strong winds carried sand like waves of the sea. Crops failed, wells dried up. Children asked their elders, "Will our village also appear one day?" The elders had no easy answer. Scientists, farmers, and leaders tried many solutions. They planted trees, but the trees died. They built fences, but the sand climbed over them. They poured water, but the soil drank it and stayed barren. Meet Professor Liang, an environmental scientist who had spent his entire life studying desert. One evening, as he stood watching the sunset over endless sand, he said softly, "We keep fighting the desert like an enemy. Maybe we should learn how nature solves its own problem." His words sounded simple, but they carried deep meaning. One day, while visiting a small research station, Professor Liang noticed something strange. Near a tiny experimental farm, patches of green grass were growing where rabbits lived. The rabbits were hopping freely, nibbling the grass, digging shallow burrows, and leaving droppings behind. The soil there looked darker and softer than the surrounding sand. A young researcher asked jokingly, "Sir, do you think rabbits can stop a desert?" Professor Liang smiled. "Not alone," he said, "but with the right partner, they might." That night, he could not sleep. Soon, a bold plan was formed. The scientists selected a special desert grass, strong roots, low water needed, and highly nutritious for rabbits. This grass could survive whether other plants died. The plan was simple but risky. It was about growing desert suitable plants, suitable grass, and then introduce rabbit to the area and then let nature do the rest. Many people laughed, "Rabbits against a desert? This is madness." But the desert was spreading anywhere. What was left to lose? The experiment started quietly. Fences were built to protect the area. Grass seeds were planted carefully. When small green shoots appeared, hundreds of rabbits were released. At first, everyone watched nervously. The rabbits ate the grass, but not completely. They trimmed it naturally, encouraging fresh growth. Their burrows loosened the hard sand, allowing air and water to enter. Their dropping enriched the soil with nutrients. Something miraculous began to happen. Within months, the soil started changing color from pale yellow to light brown. Moisture stayed longer. New plants began growing on their own. Birds arrived, insects returned, and the wind slowed down as grass held the sand firmly in place. The desert was no longer dead. One farmer whispered in disbelief, "It's breathing again." From the sky, satellites showed something extraordinary, green patches spreading like islands in the sea of sand. Villagers returned to abundant land. Children played when storm once raged. Farmers planted crops near the green zones. The rabbits continued their quiet work, unaware they were heroes. Professor Liang stood smiling, his eyes moist, and said, "We didn't conquer the desert. We cooperate with nature." Soon the story spread across China and beyond. Other countries struggling with desertification came to learn. The message was clear. Big problems don't always need big machines. Sometimes small creatures and simple ideas create the biggest change. The desert does not vanish completely, but it stopped spreading. And in many places, it turned green again. One evening, a little boy asked his grandfather, Dadaji, who saved our land? The old man pointed towards the grassland, where rabbits hopped freely. These small ones, he said, and the humans who learned to listen. The desert learned to breathe, and humanity learned to be humble. And this ways a great the desertification was stopped and controlled in China. This is a story which is giving us clear messages of life. What moral values we learn from today's story? Let's talk about that too. So, the very first lesson is nature heals itself when we work with it, not against it. Small solutions can solve big problems when guided by wisdom. True innovation comes from observation, not force. And every living being has a role in maintaining balance on earth. Last but not the least, sustainability is cooperation, not domination. So this all we learn from our today's beautiful story. And this kind of stories help you understand that there is no problem which is having no solution. Many times, solution is just in front of our eyes and we are not able to realize. So whenever you have any problem, just think one more time and try to focus more on solutions. So hopefully you all must have enjoyed today's story. Please do share this story with your friends, relatives, neighbors, cousins, school friends, everyone. Do subscribe to our channel. Tomorrow we will meet with a new story. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Lots of blessings.